Hey, 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 we're the Buccaneers. Ho, 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 we're the Buccaneers. Offense, defense. Now we're here to say, make the walk the plank, throw them in Tampa Bay. Bay, 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 Bay,
Tampa, hey, get Tampa, hey, I say Tampa, hey, get Tampa, hey, we the Bucks. You know they brought the crew, so we gotta turn them up. No matter if we run, blow, the offense on the roll, and the defense can't stop, so they screaming, let's go. Get it, got it, he gone. That boy took that thing down to the end zone. And the only thing on my mind is just bucking your time, and I'ma ride. Let's go Tampa, hey, get Tampa, hey, I say Tampa, hey, get Tampa, hey. Not fire the cannons, I wanna hear them go. The other team better hurry up and lead them. Fly right past them, let them running like put a big hit on them, make the crowd go. Now raise the flags, cause I wanna see them. Gotta make sure the other team fans see it. And the only thing on my mind is just bucking your time, and I'ma ride. Now let's go Tampa, hey, get Tampa, hey, I say Tampa, hey, get Tampa, hey.
What is happening, Buccaneer fans? Hope everybody's doing well out there on this beautiful Sunday. I am doing just fine. I hope you guys are doing well. I see you guys in the comment section. What's happening, everybody? Like I said, we have a good pregame show lined up for you guys. I'm not going to bore you too much because, like I said, we all know what's going on. We all know what's riding on this game. A lot to get into. We're going to get into the injury report. Excuse me for my tardiness. I apologize for that. Just, Sunday's a tough day, man, between church and, grocery shopping. And then, the Buccaneers playing at 4:05, which is a little different. And let's talk about that real quick. I honestly think, guys, this Buccaneer game against the Seahawks, considering both teams came into existence in 1976, I think this game should have been on primetime because I think this is going to be a fun game. It's going to be an evenly matched game. In my opinion, the Seahawks are doing well. The Buccaneers are doing well. Sam Darnold, yet again, has found a home somewhere and has proven that he can play in this league. Sam Darnold was a guy that before Baker came here, Sam Darnold was a guy that I thought the Buccaneers should take a good look at. But he winded up going to Minnesota. He did his thing, and unfortunately, it didn't work out for him there. Here we go with the comments. All right, here we go. Good luck today. You're going to need it. Same for you, man. Look, I'm a humble Buccaneers fan in victory and defeat. All I can say is I hope we have a great game. And speaking of that, this kickoff at 4:05, I think this should have been a primetime game. Both teams rocking their throwback uniforms. And real quickly, if you're a Seahawks fan jumping in here, look, I'm very big on respect. Just no disrespectful stuff. That's all I ask, man. Because like I said, I see if I can, I feel a little different today. I feel good today. Listening to what the pastor had to say in church today made me realize a lot of things, man. And just with everything kind of going on in the world today, I seen videos last week of people fighting in the stands, opposing teams fighting each other. Man, quit all that. Just stop all that nonsense, man. It's not worth it. Somebody's going to get hurt. One thing that I cannot stand is you can't even attend a football game anymore without drunken fans and people getting all in a tiz over some dumbass football teams. That's just what it comes down to. Look, we watch football because we love the sport of football, correct? And feel free, if you want to disagree with me in the comments, you're more than welcome to. You're welcome. You're entitled to your opinion. But I will say this: the fighting in the stands needs to stop. Why can't we just agree to disagree? Why can't we just root for our team and that's that? But no, you got people that want to get drunk and get liquid courage and all that stuff. Better be careful, man, because one day you may just run into the wrong person, man, and they're gonna light your ass up. Excuse me for cursing on this day, but I mean, again, I see way too many videos of this stuff. I see way too much of fans fighting in the stands and stuff like that. It's just stop that, man. Somebody's gonna get seriously hurt. People have already been hurt. I just never agreed with it. I just think it's something very stupid. I've never been a fan of that. Meanwhile, let's get back to this game. So what I was saying was I think this game should have been on primetime, in my opinion. I thought this had the makings of a primetime game. I kind of understand it's tough to put that last minute, but the schedule makers that looked at this game, knowing that both teams both came in the league in 1976, rocking their uniform, rocking the throwbacks. I think this is a game that you should have put on primetime. Sunday night or even Monday night, I think was the best bet. Like I said, both teams coming into existence since 1976. And the Buccaneers, for those younger fans out there, 1976, the Buccaneers entered the NFL in the AFC West. So, yeah, cool little fact for you guys out there that didn't know that. The Buccaneers entered their very first year in the AFC West. Very strange. All right. Big problems with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading into this game. Injuries are a big problem, in my opinion. It's just this team has the makings to be a Super Bowl team. They have the grit. You take a look at Baker Mayfield and what he's done in the fourth quarter has been amazing. They fell short to the Eagles last week. Just not enough magic, if you will. Look, you can't keep living on the edge in the fourth quarter. You can't win and die by the fourth quarter. You got to get off to fast starts, in my opinion. So, with the Buccaneers and the Seahawks, this game's going to be a little different. It's going to be loud out there, but this is nothing that Baker Mayfield and the Bucs are not used to. But the biggest problem right now heading into this game is injuries. The Buccaneers have the potential to win the Super Bowl this year. They do. That's just my belief. I believe this team can go all the way. What's going to slow them down and what's going to stop them from that ultimate goal of a Super Bowl appearance is injuries. The team can't stay healthy. That's a concern that I have. And the special teams absolutely sucks. Outside of kick returns, I think Cam Johnson's done a fantastic job. I don't want to see Sean Tucker returning kicks anymore. And that's not a shot at Sean Tucker. I'd like to see Sean Tucker running the football more, in my opinion. And he's going to get a shot with Baker Mayfield lining up on the center. No Bucky Irving. And shout out to him posting what he posted. A lot of people a little taken back by that. Man, it's okay to have faith, man. It's all good. A lot of people are surprised about that. I don't understand why. But this game, again, going in this game, the Seahawks, the Buccaneers have injury concerns. I'm trying to pull up some the injury report here. If you guys haven't seen the injury report, let's take a look at the injury report for today, which, again, Bucky Irvin's not playing this game. It sucks, man. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? This is what happens. This is what happens when you continuously try. I get it. Bucky Irvin is a grinder. I get it. You want to get your playmakers the ball, but you saw that with LaDainian Tomlinson and the Chargers. They just ran him into the ground. And I get it. You have problems up front in the offensive line. They're banged up. I get it. You have to accommodate for that, but you have to rotate these guys. I get it. Bucky's got the hot hand, but I mean, when you keep grinding him and leaning on him, man, this is the results that we're going to get. Apparently he has a banged up shoulder and an ankle injury. Apparently the shoulder is worse than the ankle injury. But let's take a look at the injury report for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. So as of 2 hours ago, Jamel Dean hip did not participate Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So his status for this game is out. He's actually been playing at a pretty high level. So we're going to have to rely on Zion McCollum and Jacob Parrish to lead those defensive backs. And I'm okay with that. I'm not mad at it. And we'll get to the defensive back situation in just a little bit, because like I said, the game is going to come on in a little bit. And then also throughout the show, I'm going to give you guys an around the NFL score of all the teams and stuff like that. So let's continue with the injury report here. Mike Evans, obviously, he's out. Greg Gaines did not participate Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. He is, it doesn't say. Maybe questionable. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'll go back and take a look. Bucky Irvin, he's out. Christian Isian is out. Baker Mayfield, he's playing. I mean, come on out. This is the one that surprised me the most is Benjamin Morrison. If he is not ready to fully participate and play for this team, do not rush. Do not rush. I like what I've seen out of Benjamin Morrison. I think he looks fantastic. I thought he was the second coming of Donnie Abraham, but he is hurt a lot. So again, don't rush these guys to come back. It is early on in the season, and it sucks because these injuries are happening now. And I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, at least it happened." No, man, it's just injuries are never a good thing because, like I said, Bucky Irvin might miss multiple weeks now. Real quickly, let's go to the comment. Army of Jesus, amen. Injuries are going to be the key this year. They have the talent. They have the talent to do it, of course, and that's what I've been saying. They definitely have the talent to do it. It's just the one thing that's holding this team back is injuries. And that's what's going to hold this team back. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if the defense continues to play the way they're playing, remember what I said early on in the season. And if you guys haven't, make sure you smash the like button right now. Please, it goes a long way, helps us out with the algorithm. Make sure you join us for the post-game show. The post-game show is entertaining. It is fun. You guys get to voice your opinion. I'm going to see if I can get you guys, if you guys want to jump on and voice your concerns, let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? The post-game show, I'll leave the link. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, I see you guys filing in. We're just kind of talking about the injury report here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to give my keys to victory at the end, plus my X factors on offense and defense. And like I said, guys, make sure you like that. You hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are going to go live immediately after the game is over between the Seahawks and Buccaneers. Like I said, it's just a live reaction show. And if you're watching this or listening right now on Twitter, I ask, just leave X or Twitter and just go on YouTube, watch us there, because last week we had an unbelievable audience, man. You guys were commenting. You guys were in there. There was about 74 people watching. But the problem was that I didn't get the viewership because a lot of it was through X. So if you guys are listening and watching me through X right now, I just ask you, or on Instagram or Facebook Live, jump on, get off of that, jump onto the YouTube channel, because like I said, it goes a long way, especially for me in the channel, because I've been trying to grow this channel. We just hit 110 subscribers, which is huge for me, because I only started streaming about this is my second season, and I wasn't streaming a lot last year, but now I'm doing more with the post-game and pre-game shows. And also we have special guests filing and stuff like that. And it's really cool. So you never know who's going to pull up during the post-game and pre-game show. Yeah. So again, just get off of there, log on to the YouTube channel, man. I greatly appreciate it. And watch us through YouTube. It goes above and beyond for the views. Because like I said, I should have got way more views on that last video, but unfortunately X got all the viewership there. So the YouTube is way to watch this show. All right, let's continue on with the injuries. And I appreciate you guys in the comments and stuff like that. Feel free to comment what you like, man, just as long as it's not hateful or anything stupid. All right, so Benjamin Morrison, I said he was like the second coming of Donnie Abraham. Unfortunately, he's hurt, so he is not playing. Questionable, I believe, Sterling Shepard, Tyke Smith, Levante David, Logan Hall, Hassan Reddick, Tristan Wirfs, Chris Godwin, Charlie Heck, and Zion McCollum. I believe that they're all playing this game. All right, let's go to the Seahawks injury report. Josh Jones, ankle, did not participate Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. His status is out. He's a tackle. DeMarcus Lawrence, defensive end, he is out of this game. Safety, Julian Love, is out of this game. Cornerback, Devin Witherspoon, out of this game. Nick Emirari, I probably butchered his last name. I could never say his last name, even coming out of the draft. He is, I believe he is questionable. Cody White, the wide receiver, and defensive tackle Brian Murphy are all questionable for this game. I'm going to do a little bit of research, digging up a little bit more, but I wanted to talk to you guys. If you guys wanted to comment and, state your opinions, what is one thing that's really concerning you about this Buccaneers and Seahawks game? For me, what concerns me about this game is the Buccaneers not getting off to a fast start and special teams, because it's been the kryptonite of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. To me, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need to come off to a fast start in this game. And I do think they're going to get off to a fast start this game. I think things are going to change this week. I don't know how this game's going to go because both teams are so evenly matched, in my opinion. And, you take a look at a team like the Seahawks. I don't think they're very well respected, in my opinion. I don't think they are. But they are a team that starts off fast. So, to me, can the Buccaneers survive the Seattle Seahawks? I think they can. But they have to play mistake-free football. They have to get off to a better start. With the injury of Bucky Irvin, you got to get creative now. A lot of people are being crucial of the offensive coordinator, Coach Grizzard, and I can understand why. But I'm not ready to cast any judgment on him just yet, just because it's, week 5? It's still early in the season. It's the first week of October. But I will say this about Coach Grizz. He's going to have to get creative for this game. Because no Bucky Irvin, that does, you got no Mike, no Bucky. Those are two big, impactful players on this offense that help you score points. Mike being a big red zone threat. And Bucky being that home run hitter who can, on a 2nd and 15 can gash you for 24 yards or, catch a 77-yard bomb. These two guys missing out in action, the Buccaneers and Coach Grizzard are going to have to get creative. And notice how I didn't mention Todd Bowles, because I feel like Todd Bowles doesn't have to deal with this offense. This is a team that's been together for a while. Baker Mayfield going on his 3rd year. This is a team that's been together, Mike and Chris and all these guys, the offensive line. They've all been together. They know what they got to do. It's mostly the defense, and the defense has shown up this year. I will say that. But again, my concerns is you getting off to a faster start. They can't continue to just on their first possession do what they're doing, 3 and out, blocked punt. You got to clean up these special teams, because I'm telling you right now, the special teams are sinking the Buccaneers. If that block punt never happened, could we be talking about a different game against the Eagles? Quite possibly. I believe so. If that blocked field goal, that could have cost us the game. But thank God that we have a quarterback like Baker Mayfield who's got the balls and the guts to drive the football down the field. Now, you got away with doing that against a team like the Jets, because first-year coach and Aaron Glenn, they don't really know what they got until like maybe week 8, week 9. You're still figuring out your team. Teams like the Patriots, Mike Vrabel doesn't really know what he's got until like week 8, week 9. Who's a good fit for this team? You're going to get away with stuff like that against, teams like the Jets, teams like the Patriots. You're not going to get away with that against Super Bowl championship teams like the Eagles. With NFC contenders like the Lions. You're not going to get away with that. Hell, should I even say the 49ers? I know I've been on record on being crucial about the 49ers. But, with teams like the 49ers coming in, the 49ers have whooped our butts, dude, for the past how many years now? When was the last time we got a W against the 49ers? The last time we played the Seahawks, I believe that was in Germany? We got a W against them, Rachaad White being a key factor in that game. With a vicious stiff arm. If you guys want to go back and take a look at that highlight. But for me, they have to clean up the special teams. Because you're not going to win games by getting blocked field goals. Getting blocked punts, return back for a touchdown. Like I just said, you can get away with that against bad teams. You're not going to get away with that with playoff contender teams. Special teams is the fact today. Are you worried about the team today? Bucks, Rays, and Bolts, shout out to them. Thank you for tuning in. No, I'm not worried. And the reason why I say I'm not worried is because they need to win this game. They're experienced. They have a good team. Even with the injuries to Mike and to, Bucky, we have a guy in Rashad White who is playing for a contract for another. So this is his, how can I say, this is a good opportunity for Rashad White to ball out and prove that he can be a number one running back anywhere in this league. Because give me a thumbs up in the comments if you think he can be a starting running back anywhere else. There's 17 to 18 teams I can think of right now where he could start and be effective. So with that being said, am I worried? No, because this team's experienced enough to go into Seattle and get it done. I get this is a tough road game. It's a good test early on in the season. And I love the fact that these two teams are from 1976. The hype around this game, this is a special game to be a part of. It's a special game to watch. But you can't take the Seattle Seahawks lightly. You can't, because they're just as good as us. I'm telling you right now. I'm trying to pull up the statistics here of this team. Shout out to the Loose Cannons and everybody who made that trip with them guys, becoming the Buccaneers 12th man in that game. That is awesome. So shout out to those guys. Curious to see what they have to say on the way back on their episode that's going to be coming up this week. Let's take a look at some stats here. Bear with me, guys. Look, producing on the fly. I should have been more prepared. Huh? Sorry. Just it'd be like that sometimes. Okay, let's see. But I should have been prepared. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me. Long, hectic day today. Not a hectic day. It was a great day. Just time. Not enough time in the day to get everything done. All right. So right now they're predicting. I got the matchup predictor here, and this is via ESPN. Seattle's the favorite right now, 53.1% to win this game. And I want to read off some of the stats here with Sam Darnold. He's 70 for 100, 5 TDs, 2 interceptions. He's got 905 yards passing, 1 yard more than Baker Mayfield. Look how evenly matched these teams are. I'm looking at it like Leonard Williams, the defensive end, 2.5 sacks. Vita Vea, 2 sacks. Takey Smith, I think he leads the team in tackles with 33. This is going to be an interesting game. And again, I can't tell you guys how this game is going to go. But this is a very, very interesting game. Just because of the simple fact that if you're looking at Seattle, right, they're a pretty damn good team, man. I'm looking at it right now. They're a pretty damn good team. They lost that home opener. Well, they lost the first game against the San Francisco 49ers 17-13. Not a bad loss, but you take a look at Pittsburgh, 31-17. New Orleans wiped the floor with them, 44-13, as you should do to bad teams. You're supposed to put up 44 points, 30 points, 50 points on bad teams. And another divisional game against the Cardinals. I mean, the jury, it's yet to be determined if the Cardinals are good or not, but 23-20. They got out of there with a field goal for a victory, and they won that game. And the Buccaneers, unfortunately, suffered their first loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, 31-25. I think the Buccaneers are going to have to put up more than 25 points in this game. That's just my opinion. I think they're going to have to put up more than 35 points. 25 points to win this game. This is a hostile place to play, but with the injuries, there's no excuses, man. Just go out there, do what you got to do, and just stick to the script, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's the key to victory for me. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just fix special teams. Fix, some play calls, because I did not like the last drive, man. To be honest with you, I did not like that last drive. Real quickly, too, if you guys are watching on Instagram, get off Instagram, come onto the YouTube channel, because we can't see your comments here. I'd appreciate it. Like I said, the viewership is better off on Instagram. And like I said, you can come on and comment and stuff like that. I appreciate it. And I see that there's still people on X watching us. Get off X, come on YouTube so the viewership can grow and we can continue being in the algorithm. I want to go to a comment here. Army of Jesus, shout out to him or her. I don't know. I think they should use Tez more. He is fast and he has a lot more motivation. Yeah, I just think that him and Baker don't really have chemistry yet for some reason. And I think Tez can be a Swiss Army knife for this Buccaneer ball club. It's just that they got to figure out how to use this guy. You know, so the Buccaneers right now have a good chance to get a good moral victory here in Seattle, because I'll tell you what this victory would do for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If they win this game against Seattle Seahawks, and then your next game, I believe, is against the San Francisco 49ers, you continue to build that momentum, because I think every game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here on out, considering that they lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, is very important, because I think the Buccaneers need home field advantage, in my opinion, because I don't think Buc fans would sell the tickets for a playoff game, but I think the Buccaneers are going to have to play. They're going to need that bye week, depending, because this team the injuries are sinking us, man. The injuries are killing this team. You know, special teams is sinking us, but the injuries are killing us. So, in my opinion, I just think that, you know, the Buccaneers, you have to try and win a lot of these games, man. You have to get the first, you got to get the number one seed. It's possible. It is possible, because, you know, outside of the Lions, you know, the Niners, you know, I'm not really too big on the Falcons yet. You know, anything can happen. So so I'm going to give you guys some honesty right now, and this may not be popular with a lot of you Buc fans, but again, if you guys are just joining here on the Frozen Pirate podcast, or for those of you guys who know me and have followed me on this journey of covering the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you know, I'm a football realist. I don't try to like rah Buccaneers. You know, I'm just a football realist. And then I'm a Bucs fan, because I think that's important when it comes to, because I know you guys out there, you guys hear a lot of stuff in the media, a lot of the outside media, that the Bucs are this, the Bucs are that. Don't listen to that bull crap, man. That's what that is. That's just noise. Even some guys here in the media, you know, just want clickbait views, or they just do some nonsense. You know, that's not like that over here, you know? So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm not leaving yet. I still got a lot more to talk about. We got to do a little quick around the NFL with some scores that pertain to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But what I'm going to say is, you know, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys smash that like button. You know, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe, man. That's important, because I work very hard, you know, and I try to get as many people on. We have a big announcement to make coming up soon. And we're going to get to my boy in a little bit. But you know, actually, let's get to it right now, real quickly. I don't know if you guys know, if you're familiar with DJ Ups, if that intro that you just heard from the Frozen Pirate podcast, that's DJ Ups' song. He's doing this very cool thing, and I want you guys to understand, because when I was a young kid, there was times where I couldn't go trick-or-treating. I didn't have a costume, and I was scrolling one time, and I seen DJ Ups. I was familiar with his work. I know what he does. I've talked to him a few times. But when he said, hey, I'm trying to raise some money so I can have $600 to give each kid $100 to go to Halloween Spirit or whatever costume, or whatever place do you want to get costumes from? I think it is Halloween Spirit, you know, to donate. And that instantly, like, that got me, lured me in, and I donated. So what I'm asking from you guys, October 17th is literally right around the corner, guys. If you go on DJ Ups' Instagram, you click on his links, it'll say costume for kids. You can go on his Facebook, Jay Pringle. But on his Instagram, the link's there. Donate. You automatically put yourself in a running. If you donate $10, you put yourself in a running to win an autographed jersey from Kalijah Cansey, or Brad Johnson, or Antoine Winfield Jr. You know, that's huge. You know, and there's another jersey there. I believe it's a Yankees player. But if you guys go and donate, That's making a huge difference. I mean, his goal is $600. He's literally almost there. Whatever you can donate, but you automatically get entered in a raffle to win one of those autographed jerseys. And the winner is announced on October 17th. And it's for a good cause. It's costumes for kids. Go follow him on Instagram. He's going to join us in the post-game show. I'm sure he's going to be hype. I'm going to be hype. Win or loss. And I'm going to try to deliver the best post-game show for you guys. Last week was awesome. It was like 500 and something views. 74, 75 people watching at once. There was a lot of comment. That's what I'm talking about. But real quickly, guys, please just go follow and subscribe to DJ Ups, man. And he does a lot of cool things with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So make sure you guys go and check him out and go donate to his cause. But yeah. All right. With that being said, I want to do a quick detour real quick, just to give you guys, because I'm kind of curious to see what's going on. I mean, I got the Saints and the Giants game up. I mean, it's division, but I like to kind of see what's going on around the NFL. So let's get right to it, and then we'll go right back to some Buccaneers. I'll give you guys my final thoughts, and then we'll wait for this Bucs and Seahawks game, the battle of 1976, I guess. So quick tour around the NFL. Houston is up 34-10. 34-10 over Baltimore. And that's with no Lamar Jackson. Miami is currently up against one of our division foes, 17-13 against the Carolina Panthers. Indianapolis belt to booty against the Las Vegas Raiders, man, 32-3. New Orleans is up 19-14 right now against the New York Giants. Dallas Cowboys 23-3 against the Jets. That's wild. Philadelphia 17-3 against the Denver Broncos. And then obviously we got the games coming up in the 4:00 hour, which is, you got the Arizona Cardinals against the Tennessee Titans. And then you have the battle of the 3-1s, the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then you also have the Detroit Lions against the Cincinnati Bengals. That's going to be curious to see. And then the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Chargers going at it. And then Sunday night, Buffalo and New England. I smell an upset there. We'll see. And then I think Monday night's going to be a cool game against the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's your around the NFL update real quick. And let's get back to this Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then we're going to wrap this up. And then I'll see you guys for the post-game show. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Smash that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, just trying to stay into the algorithm. And yeah, man, that's all, man. That's all we're just trying to do. But let's get right into it real quick. Hold on. Let's see right here. Again, guys, make sure you like that. Make sure you smash that like button. Greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get into it real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, can the Buccaneers survive the Seattle Seahawks? I absolutely think so. And the reason why I say that is because the Buccaneers, people are afraid to play the Buccaneers because of guys like Baker Mayfield. Not just because of Baker Mayfield. That defense too is starting to become, in my opinion, I think they're a top 10 defense, regardless of the injuries, regardless of all that. I still think the Buccaneers are a team not to be taken lightly. So points per game. Let's do a quick deep dive in this. The Buccaneers are averaging 24 points per game, which is not bad. That's like in the middle of the pack of the NFL. They're ranked 14th. The Seahawks are 6th in the NFL with averaging 27 points, and that's because they get off the fast starts. Yards per game, 332 for the Seahawks. The Buccaneers are averaging 335. So 15th and 16th, the Buccaneers being 15th and the Seahawks being the 16th. Time of possession. So this is where I feel like the Buccaneers have the advantage against the Seattle Seahawks. And I know if you guys watch me, I like to receive the ball at the half. I think this is kind of, to me, it's playing it safe. But I think this game, I want to see the Buccaneers receive the ball to start this game. I think they will. And I think you got to start chewing up clock, and you got to, this is what I say every week. You have to grind out the opposing team's defense because the games are won in the trenches, man. And that's why I really want to see Coach Grizzard open up the playbook to guys like to Rashad White and Sean Tucker. Sean Tucker should be no more than your third and fourth quarter grinder. And you got to really rely on Rashad White to catch passes out of the backfield. I want to see them run a lot of play action. So in order for the Bucs to win this game, I want to see them run a lot of play action, keep the Seattle's defense honest and stacking up the box. And I think on defense, if you're Todd Bowles, you just got to be a little bit more aggressive. You got to put pressure on Sam Darnold because he gets the ball out fast. So you got to put pressure out in there. And again, in my opinion, you got to create turnovers in this game. Special teams has to be on point, and you have to get to the quarterback. You have to hit this kid. You have to hit him. You have to make him paranoid back there. Get him off his rhythm because they have some stud wide receivers there for the Seahawks. And we do too. So total of sacks, the Buccaneers ranked 12th in the league. When was the last time you could say, hey, the Buccaneers are, top 15 team in sacks? Seattle with 12. They're 8th in the league. Total defensive interceptions, 7. And the Buccaneers have 1. So total turnover differential +1 for the Seahawks, and the Buccaneers are 0, which is a good thing. Team leaders, obviously Baker Mayfield. Emeka Egbuka is a guy that I think the Buccaneers have to continue to rely on. He's my offensive X factor for this game. Going up against Smith Njab, I can't pronounce his last name. He's a hell of a wide receiver. I don't want to butcher. I don't want to butcher last names, but I think Emeka Egbuka has got to be a guy that you look towards and say, and you got to ride that train, man. You got to just let him do his thing. You got to let him just get open. And I seen this ridiculous thing. This page tweeted out, Emeka Egbuka, the drop off starting to happen, like basically taking a crap on this kid. But he's got 18 receptions, 4 touchdowns, 282 yards receiving. Not only that, he is one of the best rookies in the league right now, if you ask me. The plays that he's been making, we thought Jalen McMillan was good towards the back end of last year as a rookie. He's on pace to have 9 to 10 touchdowns, in my opinion. Emeka Egbuka does. So 2 guys I really want to rely on heavy is obviously Rachaad White and Emeka Egbuka. These 2 guys have to make a difference in this game for the Buccaneers to be competitive and win this game. They have to run the football efficiently, and you have to keep Seattle's offense on the sidelines as much as possible. You don't want to give Sam Darnold in that offense time. You don't want to give him time in the pocket. That's why Todd Bowles, and this is why I say with Todd Bowles, you got to get creative, man. You got to get creative on defense. Bring some pressure. I want to see Levante David have a better game than he did last week. Look, I know he's getting older. I know he's up there in age. But, I just don't want to see a guy like that. I want to see him get the record. I want to see him get Derek Brooks' record because he deserves it. And it's okay. Derek Brooks being one of my favorite players with Mike Evans and now Emeka Egbuka, not just because Emeka Egbuka of the player, but of who Emeka Egbuka is on and off the field as a person is huge. So, again, Buccaneers have to start off fast on offense. They have to clean up the penalties. They have to clean up special teams. I believe if you can play the field possession game with the Seahawks and you can get points and not empty drives, 3 and outs, don't commit stupid penalties, I think you can win this game. I think you can walk out of here with a victory, but you're going to have to put up more than 25 points against the Seahawks team, in my opinion. Guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, these pregame shows are not really, 1 hour, 2 hours. I like to kind of decompress a little bit, talk about this game a little bit, decompress, watch a little bit of football. I like to see what's going on in our division. The Falcons with the bye week, early on, and, watching the Panthers losing and the Saints, they're up against the Giants. I like to kind of sit back and watch everything that's going on. And let's prepare for this game, man. Let's prepare for this game. Seahawks, Buccaneers, the battle of 1976, where both of these teams came into existence. The Seahawks, not too good. The Buccaneers, really not too good. 0-26 to start off their existence. But I think this is a really cool moment in Buccaneers history, not just for the Buccaneers, but for the Seahawks too. We get to see 2 iconic uniforms. Like I said, the battle of 1976. It's like going into a time machine. And I think this is going to be a good game. Like I said earlier, this is the type of game that should have been on prime time. The schedule makers, shame on you with the throwbacks being put out there. You should have put this game on Sunday night or Monday night. Not that not that Kansas City and the Jaguars won't put a really good game together, but I'm just saying, like, if you take a look at both teams right here, these two teams, the Buccaneers are probably the most exciting football team in the NFL right now. Hands down. They're probably the most exciting football team right now in football, especially when it comes to the fourth quarter. And then you got the Seahawks with Sam Darnold, who's got another chip on his shoulder that's got more to prove. And I think the Seahawks have found their quarterback. He produces, man. He's not a bad quarterback. He gets rid of the football quickly. The Seahawks are winning. The Buccaneers are winning. This is such an evenly matched team. But I will say this, if the Buccaneers don't get their stuff together, I think, we've seen this throughout Todd Bowles' career as a head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When we start losing, we really start to lose. Hopefully this is not the same thing, a repeat of the past couple of years. Like I said, I hope the Buccaneers can, come out with a victory here. This is a tough opponent against the Seahawks. It's not an easy opponent, man. This is not an easy opponent. I wouldn't take these guys too lightly. Like I said, shout out to everybody on X watching. I see you guys filing in. I'd appreciate it if you guys come on over to YouTube, because we can't really see your comments from the streaming service that I'm using. Jump on over to the YouTube channel, the Frozen Pirate Podcast, and shout out to our free jersey giveaway winner, Christopher Wallace. He won a white Baker Mayfield Buccaneers jersey. He should be getting it any day now. So shout out to him. And we do that here. I've given away 2 free jerseys already. And like I said, I like doing that. I like giving back. And it's just my thank you to you guys for supporting the channel. So right now, make sure you like and subscribe to the Frozen Pirate Podcast. Smash that like button. We have a really cool post-game show. Guys, don't forget, I see all of you guys watching, so pay attention. Immediately after the game, come on over to the post-game show, the Frozen Pirate Podcast on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Go do that right now, because I'm going to log off in a little bit. Immediately after the game, we do a post-game show. And like I said, last week, like, the energy through the comment section was insane. We had Eagle fans in there. We had a lot of Buccaneer fans. We had a lot of engagement. Daniel Morales and myself, he is of Fear the Bay. Go like and subscribe to him as well. He does awesome things. He's going to be doing the play-by-play with, I believe, Matt Matera today on Pewter Report. So make sure you guys go check them out and go support Daniel. Kid's a whiz. He knows his stuff, man. He's got it. So go join them. That's usually who I have playing in the background. I don't really listen to the commentary with Fox and all that stuff. Just, it all depends on who's talking, But yeah, guys, this is a tough game. This is a tough game, but it's not a game that the Buccaneers should lose. So if you ask me, can the Buccaneers survive the Seattle Seahawks? Safe to say, I think so. As long as the defense shows up, I'm predicting Antoine Winfield Jr. to have a really big game, in my opinion. I think he's going to get a turnover this game. So the last game I called it with Jamel Dean. I said either Jamel Dean or Zion McCollum is going to get an interception against the Eagles. Jamel Dean ended up getting an interception. He's not playing, but I'm curious to see how this defense comes out due to the injuries, with Kalijah Cansey, with, Jamel Dean being out, Benjamin Morrison being out. So now other guys are going to have to step up. I like that. I'm looking at the comments from the other platforms there. People like the fact that I said Benjamin Morrison is like the reincarnation of Donnie Abraham. It's just the number 21. But hey, shout out to everybody here watching, man. You guys, I appreciate you guys. Again, like I said, make sure you guys go and like and subscribe to the Frozen Pirate Podcast. We do free jersey giveaways. We're going to be doing other giveaways too throughout the month. I haven't figured out what I'm going to give away this month yet, but you have to be liked and subscribed to the YouTube channel. And like I said, I know who shares the stuff. I see who likes the stuff. I see who engages throughout the shows. Just make sure you guys go and like and subscribe to us. Turn the bell notifications on. Go follow Daniel Morales at Fear the Bay. Make sure you guys go follow DJ Ups as well. He's got a lot of cool content on there on Twitter, X, TikTok. But yeah, guys, again, I can't thank you guys enough for joining me. Again, this is something that we just started doing here, the pregame shows. The postgame shows where it's at. It's live. We usually do it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And again, I'm going to try and figure out a way where I can click a link, where you guys can click a link and you guys can voice your opinion, like basically a digital call line. I'm going to see if I can get that figured out on this streaming platform. And if I do, hey, man, all hell's going to break loose, especially if it's a loss. But if it's a win, that's even better. Right now, the Houston Texans are up 41-10 on the Baltimore Ravens. That is insane. That's wild. Baltimore, I'm not going to get on that. Make sure you guys join us too. And if you forget, every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, we do the Frozen Pirate podcast as well. It's cool because it's not just Buccaneers talk. We do State of the South, where Ralph from Damn You2 Sports Talk joins us. Make sure you guys go follow him. I always said that he is my ESPN, my sports center every morning. But make sure you guys go follow Ralph at Damn You2 Sports Talk. He usually joins us for the State of the South because he's a Carolina Panthers fan. He gives us his input, his take as well. And then in the later hour of the show, we just shoot the shit and we talk nothing more than around the NFL. We just get into it with other teams, what's going on, some of the top news. We were actually, we had some cool stuff about Tyreek Hill in the hospital, and after they were done performing surgery on him, and then all the pregnant nurses. We joke, man. We clown around on around the NFL in that last hour. I'm joined by a bunch of people, but mainly my co-host Jamie. He's the stat guy. He needs to stop pausing when he talks, though. That I got to talk to him about that. But yeah, guys. I appreciate you guys joining. Again, friendly reminder, make sure you tune in to the post-game show, the Frozen Pirate podcast, immediately after the Buccaneers and Seahawks conclude. We are going to go live. And make sure you pull up in the comment section. Make sure you just pull up in general because, like I said, you never know who's going to join us on that show. Maybe Port Richie Lou to hype you guys up. We'll see what happens. Maybe Daniel Morales, maybe whoever. Somebody's joining. But yeah, guys, again, thank you. Enjoy the game. We will see you shortly. We will see you immediately after the game. It should be fun. And like I said, put God first, respect each other, love one another, man, and be safe and enjoy the football game, guys. Hopefully